front basket or rear rack adds utility to your FT750 and allows you to carry far more stuff, making it a very useful addition for commuting, a casual ride, or even your next long distance epic. Tools needed: 5mm Allen, 2 10mm wrenches, 8mm wrench, 18mm wrench, side cutters, Phillips screwdriver, soft face hammer, star nut driver, rear rack contents, 5mm lock nut, 2 large 6mm washers, 3 5mm washers, 2 long 6x15mm hex bolts, 2 short 6x10mm hex bolts. Front basket contents: bottom basket bracket, top basket bracket, star nut, 4 6x15mm hex bolts, 6x45mm hex bolt, 4 6mm lock nuts, 9 6mm washers, large zip ties, small zip ties. Rear rack installation. On the 2021 XB models, the rear rack cannot be accommodated without repositioning the right rear tail light. With a Phillips screwdriver, remove the right rear tail light. Install the 5mm bolt, washer, and nut on the light. Snug, but leave slightly loose so the bolt is spinning freely. If additional clearance is needed, with an 18mm wrench, loosen the axle nut and reposition the derailleur guard. Firmly retighten nut. Screw the assembly into the lower threaded 5mm hole. Take caution, plastic tail light will break if over tightened. With a 10mm wrench, loosely install the rack bolts with washers until all 4 bolts are installed. Then evenly tighten and readjust rack if necessary. Front basket installation. Flip over your FT750 and rest the grips on an elevated soft surface so not to cause damage to the controls or LCD screen. Lift quick release and loosen skewer. Carefully lift out and remove the front wheel. Using a star nut driver and a soft face hammer, install the star nut in the steer tube. If a star nut driver is not available, use the long 6x45mm bolt supplied with the rack and a soft face hammer to carefully drive the star nut 1/2 inch into the steer tube. Removing the front forks and bringing them to your local bike shop is also an option. Install the bottom basket bracket with the long 6x45mm bolt and washer. Leave loose enough to adjust. Install the front tire. Screw the skewer cap enough so firm pressure is needed to close the quick release. Carefully flip over the bike right side up. Using a Phillips screwdriver, remove the reflector. Using two 10mm wrenches, remove the headlight from the fork crown. Using a 5mm Allen, remove the top cap and loosen the two stem pinch bolts. Remove the handlebar stem from the steer tube. Remove the short 5mm and two larger 10mm spacers, but leave behind the wide flange spacer on the steer tube. Install top basket bracket. Install the two larger 10mm spacers, but the shorter 5mm spacer will not be used. Install the handlebar stem. Install the top cap and torque to 5 Nm or until there's no play in the steering head bearings. Tighten stem pinch bolts, but leave loose enough for adjustment. Using the 4 6mm bolts, washers and nuts, install the front basket. Loosely install the hardware until all 4 are installed. Then evenly tighten and readjust if necessary. Make final adjustments and tighten the handlebar stem and pinch bolts. Tighten the lower basket bracket bolt. Using an 8mm wrench, remove the white reflector from the stem bracket. On the front of the basket, assemble the front reflector and headlight with the stock 8mm washer and nut. Route the USB and headlight wires underneath the basket to protect them. Use the supplied small zip ties to secure the wiring and USB charging cable. Use the supplied large zip tie to secure the wiring harness to the clutch basket bracket. Turn handlebars to confirm there is no binding or pinching. With a Phillips screwdriver, loosen and position the headlight. Double check and make sure all hardware is tight. Although this installation is on the 26-inch FT750, steps are identical on the 20-inch model. Even though installation is straightforward, it may be challenging for some, so if you feel you cannot perform any of these steps, please take your FT750 to your local bike shop. Unfortunately, because of packaging constraints, racks cannot come pre-installed, but any accessory when ordered with your FT750 ships for free. Remember, your owner's manual is online at csc-ebikes.com, or if you prefer, just give us a call. Don't forget to like and subscribe, ride safe, and thanks for watching.